On March 14th, 1879, in the German Empire, a boy was born who would change the way we see reality forever. Albert Einstein wasn't a child prodigy in the traditional sense. He was late to talk, leading his parents to worry about his development. But at age 5, his father showed him a pocket compass. Watching the needle move, guided by an invisible force, Albert realized there was something deeply hidden behind things. Contrary to popular myth, Einstein did not fail math. By 12, he was teaching himself calculus. He was a rebel against the rigid rote learning of the German school system, a trait that would later allow him to question the very foundations of physics. By 1905, I was working as a lowly clerk in a Swiss patent office. To the world, I was a technical expert, third class. But to science, I was about to become a giant. In a single year, known as my Annus Mirabilis, I published 4 groundbreaking papers. First, I proved that light acts as both a wave and a particle. This discovery would later win me the Nobel Prize. Second, I proved the existence of atoms. Third, I introduced special relativity, showing that time and space are linked. And finally, I gave the world the most famous equation in history, E=mc $2. It revealed that mass and energy are two sides of the same coin, unlocking the secret power held within the atom. Einstein wasn't finished. For the next decade, he labored to include gravity in his theories. In 1915, he published General Relativity. He proposed that gravity isn't an invisible pull, but a curve in the fabric of space and time, like a bowling ball sitting on a trampoline. In 1919, during a solar eclipse, astronomers confirmed his theory by watching starlight bend around the sun. Overnight, Einstein became a global celebrity. He was the man who had toppled Newton. He became a symbol of genius, his wild hair and eccentric personality making him a pop culture icon. But history was darkening. As a Jewish scientist in 1930s Germany, I became a target of the rising Nazi Party. While visiting the US in 1933, I realized I could never go home. I took a position at Princeton University. Though a lifelong pacifist, my fear of a Nazi nuclear weapon led me to sign a letter to President Roosevelt. I urged the US to begin its own research. This eventually led to the Manhattan Project. I never worked on the bomb myself, but I later called that letter my one great mistake. I spent the rest of my life advocating for nuclear disarmament and civil rights. In my later years, I became increasingly isolated from the mainstream scientific community. I spent decades searching for a unified field theory, a single equation that could explain everything in the universe. I never found it. I also famously struggled with the new field of quantum mechanics. I stated, God does not play dice with the universe. I couldn't accept a world built on randomness. Even in my failures, my questions paved the way for modern physics, from black holes to GPS technology. Albert Einstein passed away in 1955 in Princeton. He left behind a world that he had fundamentally rewritten. He taught us that imagination is more important than knowledge. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. Today, every time we look at the stars or use a smartphone, we are seeing the world through the eyes of the patent clerk from Bern.